Hey guys, John from SurfFX. We're having a look at the new One SK8 V2. This wing has been pretty refined, both in its shape, but probably more importantly, the construction. So we got it here, bolted on with the tail, and the fuselages of these is done as one monoblock, they call it. So you've got a connection there with no flex. It just keeps it more rigid. What they've done construction-wise is they've mixed up the carbons. So they do it with a regular carbon and a high modulus. So it even has a bit of a different sound to it compared to a lot of the other wings we have. When you tap them, so if you get a chance to get your hands on one, give it a tap, try yours. There's a different feel. Same with high modulus mass when you have a feel of those too. So what it is, they put a stiffer material through the center section. Now each wing is different depending on what it is. So whether it's a skate in different sizes or say the new Eagle X, the thin, more downwind focused one, they really kind of play with that level of carbon and where they put it to get the most out of it. But one of the biggest places they put it is through the middle here. So that connection point through there, through to the mast, that fuselage section, that's high modulus. And they've really changed the angle of the weave is something that they use to align, again, get the most out of it, maximum strength and the rigidity in the directions they're chasing. They change the direction of the weave depending on where it is. So the layup in the wing is slightly different than the layup through this section of the fuselage. So nice to see the tech coming through. Something that probably, a lot of it, I don't think a lot of people, stress it too much, but man, it's a super tech sport. If you came into this from windsurfing, stuff like that, you are into tech stuff. If you got a full drive, you definitely like tech stuff and you better be taking it apart and cleaning it. So there's a lesson for you. So when you're looking at the fuselages from F1, there is a whole lot to take in at first. You've got the sizes, which are, basically extra small, extra small, extra small, and then they've got the measured size on the tail. And then you got a W. The W's are a little bit thinner, they're a little bit faster, so is that wing focused? I don't know, but it's kind of either or. But you've got a range to choose from with the tails on these, which is pretty good. The mass, of course, you've got alloy mass, you've got your high modulus carbons, and you've got a good, nice connection with the mass. So you've got basically a big channel. F1 have their name on it, their spin on it to get that security. So you've got a channel that it locks down into and then bolts in with 3 bolts across the bottom. So nice and stiff. Now the skate, that is their carving and surf and wing, free ride wing. So biggest focus is they made the tips a lot more comfortable to kind of get up to the top to breach, to come down and not cavitate through. But this is about carving, and it doesn't do like a real pivot turn, it does a carve. You can, these guys are absolutely ripping. You see them just chucking big, huge hack carving turns on this. And that's what it's for, that's what it does, and it does it really well. Aspect-wise, not the narrowest. Again, if you want super narrow, you've got the Eagle X and stuff like that. So that's, but this is a bit more of a usable range, having that kind of similar to a mid aspect. And that whole ratio changes through the wing. So it goes quite thin and through thick, and then it goes to very thin in the tip. So it's an easy carving, easy turning wing. The profile of the wing has a slight kink down to it, and you can see they've kind of definitely done the profile in different sections, so you've got a much thinner and thicker section as you get closer in to keep that lift centered in the middle, but keeping the wingtips more maneuverable. And it's got carving is still in brackets, not a crime. I don't know, maybe it's a French thing.